Thank you very much.
Derek just left his office a few minutes ago. He's obviously in transit.
What would you like me to do, sir?
Just keep yourself available. As I said, if we're going to help Raven Whitney, we're going to need police cooperation.
Yes, I realize.
That means that Chief Mallory's going to have to hear your story as soon as possible.
I was going to go back to the studio and do some packing.
Are you planning on leaving?
No, not Monticello. This car.
That's something you can't do. You and all the others involved in this off-Broadway production.
Yes, I understand.
We have to get in touch with everyone we can. I especially want to speak to Cliff and to Calvin about their part in this.
Sir, please remember what I told you about them and Mitzi. They had no idea what this was about. They were completely in the dark.
Well, I'm sure that if they realized how far this had gone, they would have put a stop to it.
Yeah, I think Smiley knew that too. That's why he pulled them out of this whole production early.
That still doesn't absolve them completely.
No. I don't think any of us can be absolved completely.
You're crazy. First you say $25,000, then you said $50,000. Now that's not enough?
No, now I'm going to tell you what the final price is, Mrs. Whitney. What we want is the envelope you've got in your safe in your hotel.
All right, forget it. I decided that I don't want to do business with you guys.
I don't see where you got a hell of a lot of choice.
Oh, yeah? Well, just wait and see.
What's your hurry, lady?
Now, you see, we are all going to go to that hotel, and you are going to pick up that envelope. And by tomorrow morning, you'll be on the boat, going to the land of palm trees and sunny skies.
And no cops.
No.
Honestly, I don't think you're getting my drift here. There is no such thing as no, Mrs. Whitney. You've got to do it. Otherwise, you'll be floating to South America. But I guarantee you, you ain't going to be in no boat.
Is that a threat?
No, it's not a threat. It's a promise. So you're at a distinct disadvantage here, Mrs. Whitney. You've already disappeared. Am I right?
No, that's not true. There are some people that were with me, and they're back in the hotel room, and they're going to be very worried about me.
I just came from your hotel, lady. You just had a single. I listened outside the door. There's nobody else there.
Now, listen, you. Listen to me, you. Nobody is going to miss you. You're in the Big Apple. And if you come up floating somewhere, nobody's even going to know who the hell you are. And with your money, I don't think you want that. Does you?
You have a great deal of compassion when it comes to these criminals, but when Calvin comes around, you don't give him the time of day.
Cliff, if there's one thing I've given Calvin, it's plenty of time.
Is it because he's a cop? Did it ever occur to you that you hate cops because of your childhood?
Right, I was bitten by one once.
Didi, I'm talking about your kid brother. You said he was sent away to prison.
Look, Cliff, would you please let me finish this brief? I want to get home sometime tonight.
Didi, you're not listening to me. Did it ever occur to you that subconsciously you hate cops because of this childhood trauma?
You know, if there's one thing I can't stand, it's an amateur psychoanalyst.
Face the facts, will you? Look what you're doing. You work very hard for these criminals you don't even know. You pour out your heart and your soul. Yet, when Calvin comes around and offers you a personal relationship...
What's going on here? Has Calvin retained you to plead his case?
No, he's just a friend of mine, that's all.
Well, the verdict is in, Cliff. Calvin is guilty of loving his wife. She's pregnant.
Oh, Didi.
Case closed.
Don't you see that even if he loves you, he's going to feel obligated to her?
Obviously. I'm not going to get any more work done. I'll have to finish this in the morning.
Didi. Now I know why they call you Didi the Destroyer.
Oh, really? Who calls me that?
All the guys down at the courthouse.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Now, if you're going home, I'll give you a lift.
No, I'm not going home. I have to meet with a client.
You said you were going home. You see, you lied because I've touched the nerve here, haven't I?
No, I am going home, and I am not lying. I have to meet with my client first.
You're going downtown. I'll give you a lift.
No, I'm not going downtown. He's out on bail.
Where's your meeting? Come on, I want to finish this discussion.
Well, I don't want to talk about it anymore, and it's at the Lucky Salvage Company.
Wait a minute, hold. Lucky Salvage Company. Who's your client? It's not Eddie Lorimer, is it?
No, it isn't. It's someone who works at the scrapyard. His name is Vincent Green.
Vincent Green. Where have I heard that name before? Didi, you're just suppressing your emotion. Didi!
Mike.
Mike.
You going to be at this number for the next few hours? I may have to call a late meeting.
Sure. A late meeting for what?
I'm waiting to reach Derek Mallory right now to set it up. It concerns a certain practical joke that's been taking place recently.
A practical joke?
Involving Raven Whitney. I think you know the story, Cliff. What you don't know is the punchline.
Nancy asked me to come by their place tonight, but I didn't want to. Tell you the truth, if Nicole were here and not at the studio, or if Gavin and Jody were here, I wouldn't have come by to see you.
I understand, believe me.
The last thing I want to look at are scenes of domestic bliss.
Well, that feeling will go away eventually. So will the pain. Now, listen, I'm sure you're going to hear that often enough.
I don't mind hearing things like that.
Anything that helps.
This helps.
Yeah, hello. Mike, how are you? Yes, he's here, as a matter of fact. It's Mike Crothers.
Yeah, Mike, what's up?
Derek, something unusual has happened. Nancy and I just had a visitor who told a very peculiar story. Now, it's not an official police matter since no complaint has been filed, but I think you'll find it worth your attention.
Well, you want to give me a hint what it's about?
It concerns the mysterious disappearance of Raven Whitney.
I didn't realize there was a mysterious disappearance.
That's what makes it so strange. But I think the problem will be quite evident when you hear the story.
All right, you want to meet somewhere?
Wherever you say. I'll come over to your place if you like.
Nah, not my place. I'll come over to your place. That's all right. I'll leave here in about 15 minutes. Okay. Do you know anything about Raven disappearing?
No, I don't.
I wonder what she could have gotten herself into now.
Now, look, honey, we're still going to get you out of the country. Don't worry about it. It's just going to cost you a little more than what you thought.
But I gotta have some money. I don't want to go to South America and pick coffee beans.
Hey, we won't take it all, Mrs. Whitney, right, Wolfy?
Ah, of course not. Hey, do we look like greedy people to you?
Tell you what if I give you more money? Not just $50,000, I'll give you $100,000, or almost $100,000. I spent a little bit of it.
You got it with you?
Now, I think we'll take our chances with the envelope, honey.
Hey, that wasn't nice. Leaving without saying goodbye? Was it?
I can see you can't make up your mind, sweetheart. Well, we're going to give you a little time here to think about it.
Don't tell me. You're a cop. Is your name Diedrichson? Yeah. My name is Chad Sutherland. Okay, Mr. Sutherland, what's this all about?
Gavin Wiley brought me here, Mr. Diedrichson. He thought I might be interested in renting the place as an atelier.
As a what?
A workshop. A painting studio. I'm an artist. At least I call myself one.
So you're not a cop?
No. Anyway, I met Gavin at Sid's Tavern, and he suggested this place.
Well, where's Gavin now?
Went back to Sid's. He's meeting his girlfriend.
You said you were a friend of his? I haven't seen you around.
We just met a while ago. Anyway, I waited to see you because I had a question to ask you.
What about?
About whether you might be interested in sharing the studio, splitting the rent.
Are you serious?
Well, Gavin said you didn't really want to move. It was just economics.
Do you know what my line of work is?
Gavin says that you have a drama group and that you also teach. He says that you work late mostly, which is what makes it so perfect. You see, I only work in the morning.
Are you serious about this?
But I don't need all this space. And I've got economic problems, too.
Listen, it'd be a stretch for me even now with half the rent, but I could do it. If I just dropped my apartment, I could sleep here and I could swing it.
Great.
I wouldn't be in your way or anything, because I could just move into the storage room in the back. All I'd need is a 3-inch bed.
Then have we got a deal?
Well, I'd be getting into something pretty important, and I don't know you.
I don't know anything about you either. So we start out even.
Yeah, that's true. What the hell?
Thanks. And I'll really have to thank Gavin.
Where did you meet Gavin?
We met at a party. Or rather, I met his girl at a party, Jody. She's really beautiful, isn't she?
Tell me about it. You know, I never saw the inside of a joint. I spent all my early years in Harvard. I mean, come on, what difference does it make? You're a free man, ain't you?
Not for long. They found all that stuff, Eddie. They'll trace it back to every job I ever pulled.
But that's your fault, you mental midget. Who told you to bring all that stuff to your apartment? What are you trying to do, pull all these fences out of business?
Some stuff is hard to get rid of.
Yeah, like that pretty picture? The pretty picture you were supposed to be burning in the furnace?
Quit hassling me about the...
Hassling you, you ingrate? I'm the guy who's being hassled. You made some very important people very mad at me.
I didn't think it would hurt to keep one lousy painting. I liked it.
You liked it? You liked it? What are you all of a sudden, an art connoisseur?
I liked the girl in the picture. She reminded me of somebody.
Yeah. Who, your mother?
No. A girl I used to dream about.
You know, that's the trouble with you, kid. You're always dreaming. This time, your dream turned out to be a little bit of a nightmare, huh?
She was just something different. I can't explain it.
Kid, that's probably your mouthpiece. This chick better be good, I'm telling you
Eddie,
now.
she's terrific, no kidding. She got me off last time. Maybe she could do it again.
Hello, Vincent.
Hi, Miss Bannister.
How do you do? Come on in, have a seat. Get the lady a drink. Vincent, my name's Eddie Lorimer. You're?
Bannister. Didi Bannister.
How do you do, Miss Bannister? Have a seat. Make yourself comfortable. My boy Vinny here tells me you're quite a firecracker when it comes to the courthouse. Is that true?
Let's say I've been known to explode from time to time.
Well, that's okay. Hey, listen, you got him off once before. The only problem is you got to do it again. You know what I mean? Vinny's a good kid.
Well, I don't know all the facts this time, Mr. Lorimer, so I'm not making any promises.
Now, listen, if it's a question of money or anything like that, you know, you just say the word. You get all you need. You see, Vinny is like, he's like what you call family. You know what I mean?
Do you really want to help Vincent, Mr. Lorimer?
Of course. Say the word. Whatever you need, you got it. What do you need?
Well, for starters, don't associate his name with yours.
This chick is terrific. Love it. You know, you're very good. I'll tell you what we'll do, Miss Bannister. You get Vinny out of this little mess. And maybe I'm going to give you a couple of little messes of mine to clean up, huh? I love it.
This has got to be the damnedest thing I've ever heard. Who are these guys? Are they kids?
Not just guys, Derek. There were several women involved in this scam, too.
Mike, are you sure this all really happened? I mean, this guy Dietrichson, he's in the theater. Actors have very vivid imaginations.
I don't think there's any doubt of it, Derek.
No, it was obvious that he was very uncomfortable telling us what he did.
What did you tell him?
For one thing, I didn't minimize the seriousness of it. Even a joke can become a crime if it goes too far. At this point, Raven may not even realize she has a grievance. The only crime she knows about is the one she thinks she committed.
This all must have taken some very careful planning, too. It must have been expensive. Where would the money come from?
It's a very good question.
I guess the only way we're going to get the answers is to drag these play actors down and have them do the talking.
Derek, you realize there are some of these people that we know. Some of them we're rather close to.
We can't let that matter.
No, absolutely not.
All right, let's go down the list. There's Jim Dietrichson. What would you call him? The director?
Well, I think Smiley Wilson fits that category. Apparently, it was his idea in the first place.
All right, Dietrichson, Smiley Wilson. Smiley Wilson has a brother?
Hector Wilson, yes. And then there's Cliff Nelson and Mitzi Martin.
And one of your detectives, Calvin Stoner.
Calvin? I hope you're going to tell me this is the end of the list.
Geraldine! Oh, this is fantastic.
I thought you'd find that letter interesting.
I don't believe it. Are you sure this isn't a mistake?
There's no mistake. You have been named Broadcaster of the Year.
Well, local broadcaster, anyway.
Well, I think that's an even greater compliment when you consider how many local newscasters there are in this country.
Oh, yes, but the only part I don't like about it is this last paragraph.
Yeah, I thought you might not.
The National Association of Television Newscasters will present the awards on the second day of its 4-day convention, but we are requesting that all award recipients be present for the entire period for press interviews and other events. Oh, dear. That means 4 days away. That'll be 5, including travel.
Is there any chance that Miles can go with you?
Oh, no, I don't think so. It was hard enough to get him away for those 10 days that we spent together.
Well, I hope this isn't going to make a difference. Now, Nicole, you simply must go.
Oh, I don't know. This is going to mean rearranging all sorts of schedules, mine as well as at WMON.
It will be well worth it.
Well, I suppose it couldn't hurt the station any.
Couldn't hurt your career either.
Oh, please don't talk about my career as if I'm trying to advance it. I have gone as far as I intend to go in this business.
Yeah, we'll see. Future has a way of taking care of itself.
Oh, Geraldine. Oh, dear, this is going to create a real problem for you, though, isn't it?
No. Don't worry about that. The only real problem on my mind at the moment is trying to locate Raven.
Time's up, sweetheart.
What are you going to do to me?
I don't know. What are we going to do to her, Al?
Kill her, Wolfie.
I don't think she believes us, Al.
Well, then we'll just have to show her, huh?
All right. I'll go with you to the hotel room.
You've been very sensible. We'll bring the car around front. And you come over here and you just relax.
Hello? Guess what? I've been voted local newscaster of the year. It came right out of the blue. I didn't even know I was being considered for this award.
I can't tell you how happy I am. That's wonderful.
Well, it's mostly wonderful.
Listen, we gotta celebrate, huh? Tomorrow night. Oh, we can't tomorrow night. The Endicott's are coming.
Honey, I have to tell you something right away. I'm not even going to be here tomorrow night.
What?
Well, the letter is the good news. The bad news is they want me at their darn convention. It's 4 days in L.A., and I have to be there day after tomorrow.
Well, that's what I call short notice.
I know. They apologize profusely for it, but apparently they just made the decision.
It's all right. It's all right. We'll celebrate when you get back from L.A.
Okay. So, how's Derek? Is he still there?
No, he didn't stay very long. He got called away in some kind of emergency.
So worried, sweetheart. Everything's going to be all right. What the hell is Al? He should have been back a long time ago.
Do you have a ladies' room here?
You mean ahead? If that's what you mean, yeah, it's in there. Only thing, there's no back door, and there's no windows, if that's what you're thinking of. Where the hell is her passport?
Where's the babe?
In the back.
What are you doing?
You know, the boys really did a good job on these papers.
I thought you said you were still gonna get her on a boat.
Yeah, well, she wouldn't enjoy it, Al. She'll be too unhappy thinking about all the money she left behind. And we don't want any dissatisfied customers now, do we? Mrs. Whitney won't need any papers on the kind of trip that she's going on.
Seems as though a harmony is hard to find. Always on my mind. And frustrated days pass without sight. The edge of night, half dark, half light. Do you think we might wake up nothing's right. The edge of night, half dark, half light. Watching all